Now it's that time of the show, and we like to test out budget products to see if they're as good as advertised. Today we're looking at smart lighting options from Lutron. All right guys, in today's Let's Test It, we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna step up to a more common brand of smart light switches and a couple ones that I wanna show you because this stuff is really cool and you get what you pay for when it comes to smart home things. Let me talk a little bit about this. There are a couple different switches that we're working with here. And before I get into those details, I want to show you the differences between them. Now, when it comes to lighting and switching, one of the big differences is with smart switches of whether it has a neutral or not. And that neutral gives it some added features of a control, and it really can define if this switch is going to work for a new house or an older house. Because a lot of times in an older house, we don't have that neutral, it's just two black wires and a ground. And so you don't have a chance to use a smart switch. So for instance, right here, we have the Diva. Now the great thing with this Diva is that it doesn't have that neutral, so I can use this in an older home, and it has this red wire here, so if we wanted to do a three-way switch, and a three-way switch just means that we've got two different switches that controls one light fixture. So this is a really good option for that, not having the neutral. And if we want to go the other way, we have the Clara here, which has the neutral, which does give us a few more features and compatibility options for other light switches. But here's what kind of changes how we think of light switches around our house. Let's say you want to add that three-way switch where you have two doorways coming in and out of a room and you have to walk all the way across it to turn it on. You can add on one of these little remote controls. I don't have to wire anything. This just actually uses the smart system here with their smart bridge, and that way I can control this switch or this switch with this. I don't even have to actually cut a hole in the wall. I can actually screw this into a stud or some hollow wall anchors, put a switch plate over the top, and nobody knows any different. Now let's go inside and take a look at the switches and how they work, and I'll show you the little secrets about these things. It's really cool, and it's about a 15-minute install. All right guys, now here's a completely different style. This thing here is just looking like your traditional manual light switch, but it's a smart switch that I can control with my phone. And as you're walking around, you can control it to whatever light you want. And that adjustability means that you can do just about anything with the light, whether it's a night light or you want to make it full brightness. It's the touch of a button or the touch of the app. So if you're thinking about adding a smart device to your home, whether it's a light control or a fan control, the Lutron Casita system is great. Doesn't matter if you're looking at the Clara or the Diva or even the Pico remote, they work well for you. I'm gonna give this 5 stars. These things work great. You know, if you want to head down the road of smart home tech, that's a great starting point. Now, let's test out a digital angle finder. All right, guys, today we're going to test out in our Let's Test It segment, a digital angle finder I grabbed off Amazon. Let's take a look at this thing. So it's got a really nice, easy to read screen on it, so I can turn it on right there. I can also zero it out, so if I get this leveled out right there, I can hit the 0 button on it. So now I know that that is squared up, ready to go. And then let's take a look and see if I can figure out what this angle is on this piece of wood. So if I come in here like this and get that butted up against there, that is 105.4, so I can actually come in here and hold that. So it saves it right there on the screen, so not too bad. Now I can go to my saw and recreate that if I wanted to. You know, my review of this thing, not too bad. It'll get the job done. I can actually take that, go over to my saw and cut it. Now the things I don't really like about it is it's pretty flimsy. 2, this has a dial here so I can adjust the tension to this. It doesn't work, so if I get on it with a set of pliers it might move, but I'm just gonna break it. Are there a lot better ones in the market? Sure. Will this get the job done in a pinch? Absolutely. 2 stars for me on this one.